Hi, this is Stacy with Lily Bean Crafts by Stacy. Thanks for stopping by and watching my tutorial. I saw this nail art on Pinterest and I knew right away that I wanted to make a tumbler with it. I started with a prepped 20-ounce tumbler that I spray painted white, and then I went in with Splash from Colorshot paints and a neon pink from Montana Gold, and I put the ombre together so that it gave this nice purple effect. And I'm doing the epoxy method, so there's about 2 to 3 mLs of epoxy that I'm putting on this tumbler. Now, if you're looking to get some neon glitters that are just spectacular, you need to order from Chase Ray Creations. I used 4 of her colors in it, and they were just the perfect color combination. I started with Lisa, Sunkissed, Daphne, and then Pacific, and I mixed a little bit of Go Lightly from Peachy Olive glitters in it to give that specific blue that was in the nail art picture. The 4-way ombre is the centerpiece of this entire tumbler, so I kept it in real time so that you can see exactly how I do the process. I'm going to start with Pacific here at the bottom of it, and around the bottom edge I'm going to make it heavy, and then as I start bringing it up the tumbler, I'm going to tilt the tumbler and just very gently sprinkle just a little bit. I don't want to get full coverage. I don't want to go crazy with it. I just want to take my time so that I can start to build the ombre. Here I'm still keeping the tumbler tilted, and I'm going in with Daphne, which is a beautiful neon purple, and I'm just going to lightly sprinkle that so that it just starts to build the fade right where the Pacific was at, and I'm going to bring it up more to where I'm then going to mix it in with Lisa. And now I'm going to do the exact same thing with Lisa, keeping the tumblers tilted so I can get a nice fade. And finally, I'm putting Sunkissed on there. I'm going to keep that tilt with a nice fade, and then once I get all the way to the top, I'll go a little bit heavier around the rim to completely cover that. Then I'm going to start the ombre in the opposite direction, starting with Sunkissed. Once again, I'm keeping it heavy around the rim, and as I tilt it, I'm going to lighten it up a little bit heavier than I did the first time around. I want to start getting some full coverage now. And now the same thing with Lisa. As you can see, I start with it up in the section which is the Sunkissed, and then I start to bring the fade down into where it will just be the hot neon pink, and then I bring it down a little bit farther into the purple section, which is Daphne. And I'm doing the exact same thing with Daphne now. And finishing the bottom with Pacific, hitting it slightly into the Daphne and then fading it, getting it heavier as it gets to the bottom of the cup and making sure I get full coverage on the bottom. I'm then going to let this sit for 2 to 3 hours until it dries. I'm then going to go in with my glitter glue and seal it and let it sit for 2 hours and let it dry until I get to the point where I can put on my first coat of epoxy. I'm now going in with my first coat of epoxy, and I've got about 20 mLs of a fast set epoxy here that I'm going to let sit on the cup for about 3 hours until it completely dries, and then I'm going to go in with a second coat. This is one of 4 tumblers that I'm making for a girls' trip to Cancun. And this is the decal they picked for their tumblers. It's a really great design that I got off of Creative Fabrica, and I'll be happy to link it in the description. I printed it out on my Cricut on just regular black permanent vinyl. This transfer vinyl just did not want to come up for me. So yeah, I was on the struggle bus a little bit. I can't remember where I got these palm trees from. I've had them for a really long time, but I'll go ahead and link some in the description from Creative Fabrica. So yeah, I kind of made this tumbler for me. I'm also going on the girls' trip to Cancun. So here I am going in with about 10 mLs of a fast set epoxy, and I'm going to let this sit on the tumbler for about 3 hours before I can sand it down and put the final coat on. For the final coat, I put 10 mLs of the new Flynn Sisters epoxy that's out, and that is what is giving this the incredible shine that you see here. Here is the final product, and I absolutely love how this turned out. Right in line with how I wanted it from that nail art, and I feel like I'm going to represent Lily Bean Crafts by Stacy really well when I'm in Cancun. And I had to show you a final look of all the tumblers together. Everybody picked the colors that they wanted, and I think they came out beautifully. Thank you so much for watching my tutorial. And if you haven't yet, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see everybody again next Tuesday. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.